All right, gang. So this is a webinar on the past trades that we've taken this whole week. I am going to be going over a loss as well because we don't hide our losses here, bro. Like a lot of people, they don't want to tell you guys they lose. They just want to say, "Oh, all I do is win." Well, bro, like we have been winning, but I want to talk about a loss as well because the only way we can learn is if we lose. At the end of the day, dude, like I'm gonna be talking about every single freaking trade that we took this week, and then we're gonna be going over a loss that we took back at the beginning of the month, because that's literally the last time we took a loss. So um, at the end of the day, guys, I want to make sure that you guys are understanding me and not just just here, not even participating. Like I want you guys to be, if I ask a question, be on it. Answer the question as best to your ability. We're never gonna rank on you if you guys answer it wrong. I don't know if you guys see, but like our community is extremely, extremely, extremely supportive, and not toxic at all with each other. Because dude, that's how we brought this whole thing up, and that's why a lot of people enjoy talking, and actually freaking put in the work, because at the end of the day, there's nobody talking down on them. There's there's nobody here to try to say that they're not good enough. Because at the end of the day, bro, it's possible for every single person, right? So if you think you're not good enough, bro, just wait and see. No, focus on learning the craft rather than just telling yourself that you suck. At the end of the day, even if you take a loss, you put in the work, right? You always have to congratulate the work. Literally congratulate yourself for putting in the work. Even if you lost, you still showed up to your computer, you took a trade. Let's say it didn't go your way, you are still a winner. Why? Because you did what 90% of the people in the world don't do, which is put in the work, right? All they do is, oh, okay, you want me to go to work? Okay, yes, sir. I'm going to work. You put in hours after work. You put in hours before work. You put in hours during work, some of you guys. So at the end of the day, um, it's all about putting in the work. If you guys do not want to put in the work, it will never happen. A lot of people think that, dude, this shit came easy. A lot of people think that shit was handed to me, or a lot of people think that shit is handed to you. If you guys are now, like Gersh and Solid Shops, they've been killing shit. A lot of these people, bro, they've been killing it. Gabriel Vivas, bro, Gabriel Vivas left, came back profitable. Like that's the type of shit I want to see, bro. You guys can go and learn from somebody else. That does not bother me at all. At the end of the day, I didn't just learn from one person. I learned from multiple people, built my strategy around multiple people. So if you guys ever feel like you've learned the most, you guys can always leave the group and come back whenever you feel ready to learn some more from me. At the end of the day, dude, like if you stick with me, a lot of people know that there's been people in here like Isaac that were with me from the fucking very, very jump, and like now he's funded. All these people are getting funded now because they put in the work. And I promise you guys, it's the people here in this chat right now, the people who enter the Zooms are here on the Zooms on time, not slacking, making time for their success. At the end of the day, bro, if I'm exchanging my time for your success, I expect you guys to do the same, you know? So at the end of the day, let's just continue freaking running it up. Been able not to blow accounts since I started. Yes, exactly. By far the best community I've seen. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Facts. Learning a lot from you, bro. Let's get it, bro. But remember, it's not just me, right? Not just me. So you guys have to find other people to learn from as well. Because let's say some of my strategies might not work for you or might not be ideal for you. Or maybe you want to learn how to start swinging or actually holding big positions. That's not my type of style. My type of style is, 10, 20 pips, get out. 40 pips, get out. Like if we can do that consistently, you're going to be able to make money long term. Now, a lot of people think that, oh, in order to make money during 10 with 10 pips, in order to make money in trading, you need to catch bigger moves. That is far from the truth. Why? Because you just have to up the lots. Look at Raja Banks. Raja Banks, 10, 20 pips. That's all he's going for. But he's throwing big lots, right? So that's where you guys want to be. And if you guys don't have the capital, there's Nations Funding Program where you guys can always go and get funded through them. They let you trade the news, they let you do all that stuff as well, so that you actually a trader in the market. If all these other funding programs were live, they wouldn't care about that, right? But that's not why we came here today. At the end of the day, dude, we're here to review our trades, see where we could have done better, see where we could have, maybe adjusted our stops a little bit better or something like that. But I don't know if you guys noticed recently, what lot size do you recommend for a $5,000 account size? Funded account? $5,000. Since it's funded, you can only lose 10% or 5% a day. So I would just risk 1 to 2% on that trade. So I think it's 1 to 2%, like $50. Like, no, bro, like $5. Honestly, bro, I would try to get a little bigger account size. Although, yeah, you're just learning. But dude, like I one time took a 25K challenge, FTMO, right? I took it and I passed it, and then guess what happened? I was upset at myself because I didn't take the 100K challenge, right? So don't be afraid to bet on yourself. Always bet on yourself. Always be great, and always push yourself to be better every single day. You guys do that? I literally have something right here that says get 1% better every day. It says now loading. Let it load, bro. Download all the fucking data. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Yes, Alicia, you see, that's at the end of the day, you're betting on yourself, right? That's how I see it. The more you bet on yourself, the more you'll gain. The less you bet on yourself, like let's say a lot of people are scared to trade a bigger account or they're scared to lose money. But let's say you make money off of a bigger account. Now you're even more proud. Now you have even more confidence. Now you can pay more shit off. Now you can actually, reap the benefits of your work. So definitely. Yes, sir. So right over here, let's go ahead and get started. You guys ready? Let's do it. So we started off the week with this beautiful freaking banger here on gold. Now we did get out over here, somewhere over here. So what did price do? Price is over here, clearly downtrending, if I'm being honest, right? At least from the start of the week, I thought that we were going to continue down. But what did I see? I see that price had a big overreaction in the market to then come down to a Fibonacci level, as you guys can see. So from here to here, I drew my Fibonacci. And what do you guys see? I see price is trying to form some support or some buildup, right? Because at the end of the day, this is called buildup, right? Right over here, this area here, this is all I'm looking for in the market on gold. I'm looking for my ranges, right? I'm looking for price to come down to a certain area, just like this, and start to range, start to show me that price doesn't want to continue down, but it wants to, find a consolidation point to then either distribute price to the upside, right? For a quick retracement, which is all I was looking for on this position, right? Then price, comes down, creates a support level at this area here. Support level is now being respected once these lows here are being respected. So on the lower time frames, right, on the 5-minute and 15-minute, these these are higher lows of the market, right? So price came up and broke this high, correct? Price came up and respected this low here as well. So we made a higher high, a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, right? So now price is all the way at the high. We get a fat rejection. Whenever I see a wick like this in the market, guys, all I see is a wick to fill, right? So look at this over here. This is a good example, right? This right here, we have a wick, correct? So what does that mean? That means that price can come down and fill that wick. Price can come down and fill that wick and then come down to either a level of support or resistance, right? To come down and tap into that area. Now, price can come down and fill this wick, or it can just show rejections at that wick, which I tried to do here. But once this rejection here was broken, you guys can then short the market, right? But whenever I see this here, right? This area right here, I knew that there was a high chance if we continue to respect lows down over here, there's a good chance that we can come up and break and fill the whole candle right over here, up to that area, which was my original idea on the position, right? So price then shot up into profit. And dude, I don't know if you guys noticed, I've been using really, really good risk management, which is why we haven't been losing too much. We've been having a little bit more break-even trades, right? So once price started to break above the high and started to come to this area here, right before my 101, I go ahead and I put my stops to break even, guys. The reason for that, there's a big reason why I'm starting to do that, because there's no point if I'm seeing, price being 4 or 5 pips away from my take profit on gold. There's a good chance that most of my positions are going to hit take profit. Now, if it doesn't hit take profit, I'm going to get stopped at a break even and we'll look for another entry. That does not mean that we are going to, take a trade after. It doesn't mean that we're not going to take a trade after. We're definitely going to look for another entry if we get broken even. But why would I risk a position that I saw a shit ton of profits on to come back and stop me out at break even when I've already should have, put my stops to break even at that point, because we've seen so much profit, right? Most of the time we're going to get this happen, right? We're going to get a position to come right into profit most of the time. Now, there is going to be some times, but it's about not being scared to take another position after you get broken even. Don't be upset at yourself that your trade hit break even. Look for another entry. Try to find another reason why that trade can go up again, right? So let's say right over here, price came up, beautiful trade, right? 70, 80 pip trade, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Then we moved on to, I believe, Asian session the next day, right? So that Asian session the next day, right over here, build up, correct? Same thing we saw here, guys. Same thing you saw here. Same thing you saw here. And same thing you saw right over here. I'm not looking for anything different. I'm looking for build-up points, correct? Now you can catch this move here. Now we can catch this move here. Now, yes, this is now looking like more of an uptrend, but doesn't mean we can't catch a 5-minute retracement, right? So right over here, you get a beautiful, range, right? So what are we looking for? What is it that we're actually looking for most of the time? This is when I went down to the 5-minute time frame, right? At the 5-minute time frame, let me go ahead and delete this right here. Great. 5-minute time frame, what did I see, right? What did I see here on the 5-minute time frame? I saw price come down with a big impulsive move. Not only that, what do you guys call this? What do you guys call? What do you guys call this area here? Wait. This area here. So price comes down, touches a level of support. I think Chef Curly knows this. Come on, Chef. I know you got this. So right over here, boom, you have a level of support. Price comes down to a level of support and gives us bullish candles. Right? Bullish candles. What type of setup is this? Anybody know?
Pullback.
Yeah, it could be a pullback, but this is also a gambler candle, right? So on the bigger time frames, this will be like a bullish candle, which is actually the gambler candle setup. So yeah, pullback, right? What's a gambler candle? Price will come down and pull back a little bit, showing you gamblers in the market. What are they going to do, Gabriel? They're going to enter buys over here instead of understanding that this is a big impulsive move to the downside, right? Now we get a bullish candle. Now, all the buyers that are just looking for buys with no confirmations, guess what they're doing? They're entering buys, entering buys, entering buys. What is the market going to do? Go short in its original position, right? Because, bro, at the end of the day, the price comes down like this, creating lower highs, creating pullbacks, right? Which is exactly what Gabriel Vivas said. Creating lower highs and pullbacks. Now we can then short it once we break structure or at the pullback. Some people like trading pullbacks. I like to trade here because I feel like there's more confirmation at this level breaking rather than entering here and not knowing if price is going to continue up here. Does that make sense? Yes, gambler candle. Good shit, Joseph. But yeah, it's a gambler candle is just a pullback. So don't, Gabriel was actually right. So now we get the gambler candle set up, right? Price now breaks out to the downside, right? Our entry was here, right at the break. Our entry was right at the break because now, guess what, guys? Remember this? This right here is our higher low, right? Price came up, higher low, higher low. Came up, higher low. Came down, lower high, higher low, lower high, right? We still respected previous lower high, correct? Where's our previous lower high, guys? Does anybody know? Right over here. If we can't break this higher high, guys, what's going to happen to the market? Does anybody know? If we can't break this higher high, this is now a lower high structure. This is just, you know, trying to show you guys bullish, that we're still bullish. But what happened here? Market structure broke to the downside, especially after we respected higher high structure. Now this is our lower high, lower low, lower high, breakout, entry. Anybody have any questions? It's gonna melt if it can't break. Exactly. Anybody have any questions? Nope. Okay. So everybody understand why we took this position? Now on the lower time frames, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low. Cool. Market structure, guys. Market structure. Lower low, lower high, lower high, lower low. We're gonna come down and create a lower low if we continue to respect lower high structure, right? Which is why we kept our stops above this lower high, correct? Because if we keep our stops above this lower high, guess what? If price comes back up here, I don't want to be in this trade anymore. Why? Can everybody answer that question? Why do I want to be in this trade after this lower high breaks?
New structure being made?
Yeah, so why would I want to be in the trade when structure is being broken to the upside, correct? I don't want to be in the trade anymore. I want price to stay below this area here. If it starts to break up above, guess what, bro? We're a good chance we're gonna hit stop loss, right? So that was a beautiful banger as well, right? Beautiful trades, guys. These are the setups I want you guys to look for. It's all based off market structure and price action. I don't know if you guys noticed. I have not been using my SMAs. I have not. Why? Because the SMAs were getting in my way. Why do I say getting in my way? Because look, right over here, our SMAs are still bullish, right? Blue over red. They're still bullish. That would have probably made me not take this entry. Right here, we're still bearish on my SMAs. This over here would have allowed me to maybe enter up here rather than here. You know, especially look at the 5-minute on gold. The SMAs don't help much. Exactly, bro. Exactly. So I just take them off now, bro. We're trading purely price action market structure. And that's pretty much it, bro. I think if you guys can start learning how to look at the charts with the naked structure, with naked charts, you guys will fucking kill it. Now, then we started trading GJ, correct? Absolute bangers on GJ here. Price comes down, right? What do I notice here, guys? Same thing I'm using for gold. Now this is GJ. But notice how we're using the same strategy for pairs. We can use them on other pairs, right? Like right over here. What is this called, guys? What did we just go over?
A range.
Right? So what are we looking for? That's Kaya, right?
Yeah.
Kyla, yeah. So what are we looking for, Kyla?
A breakout of the range.
Right? So what did we get? I was looking at actually this range here, because when price started to come down here, I saw this rejection, right? So what are we looking for? We're looking for that rejection to break. Once that rejection was broken, not only that, formed a, so Gabriel, what would this be? Do you know? This is a tiny ass gambler candle, but it's a gambler candle, right? Now I did enter a little bit early, right? I entered, I think I went to the 800 actually, right over here. So right where we should have entered. So if you guys look at our VIP chat, you guys have a whole Google Drive where you guys can always go back and see all these setups. This is all in the Google Drive. Now, what do we look for? Before the breakout, we're looking for something like this, which I went over this yesterday. I'm looking for a pullback before the breakout, right? So I'm waiting for price to hit that level of support, right? Which this, remember what we were talking about in the webinar, Kyla? All these little wicks, they're like supports and resistances of each candle, right? So this would be a support here, right? This would be a resistance here. On the lower time frames, on like the 1 minute or whatever time frame you're looking at, but every single candle has a resistance and a support, right? This is how I want you guys to look at the market. Price comes down to the level of support, right? Reaction. Now, what do we need to enter? What's the entry signal, right? This here is our signal to, start looking for the setup. But what's our entry signal? Right over here. Right over here. As soon as this low breaks, or as soon as we start to get even low to that low, you guys can start putting your sell stops to execute that position there. Once price breaks, now you can catch your, 101, which is all we were going for in this trade. Yeah, price then shot up into profit, shot back up into drawdown. But guess what we did at this point? And even earlier, we put our stops to break even on this candlestick here. Or no, I think it was this candlestick here. Because once I saw price rejecting this area, coming back up, and I saw we never went back into drawdown, why would price come back up? Why would price come back up and break this high? Which will then put me in drawdown, right? Which now I know I can put my stops to break even. Yes, if price continues to respect lower highs, now we're going to create a what? Lower low, correct? Market structure, bro. Even on the lower time frames, we're looking at market structure. Now, this is based off the 5 minute on GJ, but I just want you guys to see the details of these candles before I entered. Because listen, the lower time frames you go, yes, they're not stronger confirmations, but there's more details in the candlesticks. Remember, don't look at the 4 hour as a different chart than the 5 minute. The 4 hour is going to show you, the 5 minute is going to show you a more detailed picture of the 4 hour, the 1 hour, the 30 minute, the 50 minute. Don't be afraid to use the 5 minute. Now, do I recommend using the 5 minute if you're just learning? Definitely not. But look at the 5 minute when you're in the trade already. Why? Because this is going to give you the most detail of what the candlesticks are doing. That's why whenever I'm reviewing my trades, I'm looking at the 5 minute. Whenever I'm looking for entries or setups, I'm looking at the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the 30 minute. This is where I'm getting my setups, right? Now look at this trade, right? We're not done with this trade. We still got shit to talk about in this trade. Look at the monthly. Where was the monthly at? Here. Now let's go down to the weekly, right? What can happen at this level, guys? We could get a pullback, bro. That's all I was looking for. Is price just going to break through a monthly level without at least a little reaction in the market? Most of the time, not. This is what I was expecting. A little pullback for my 10 pips, stops to break even, takes them off the table, and continue looking for setups throughout the night, right? Now, this trade was a very, very beautiful trade. I'm going to go ahead and show you on the 30 minute because we did take this trade based off the 30 minute, right? So we took this trade live on YouTube for you guys and live on Zoom as well, of course. Now, what did we notice? We noticed that price has made a what? A range, right? We're waiting for a breakout, right? I was actually going to enter based off this candle, just impulse entry breakout. But since we waited, what do we have to wait for? We have to wait for this next candle here to make a bottom wick, then flip bullish. As soon as we flip bullish and broke this high, we were in our position here to then continue up. Simple trading, bro. I'm not trying to overcomplicate this shit for you guys. I'm not trying to show you, liquidation, mitigation, all this shit. No, bro. It's simple, bro. It's market structure, price action too. Whatever fancy name you want to give it, that's on you. But this is straight price action market structure, right? What are we creating here, guys? Does anybody know what we're creating here?
Lower lows and lower highs.
Yeah, higher highs and higher lows, but that's fine. I understood you. Right? Higher highs, higher lows, uptrend. What are we looking for, Gabo?
I would look for like a bullish variation pattern or
yeah, like right over here, right?
Right.
Now, what does this look like, right? This is a gambler candle for the top, bruh. Right? So we took the pullback of the gambler candle, right? Now, what did that give us? A resistance to now, if we break, we know that we're going to go and create a higher high, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. All of these little pullbacks can be considered as a gambler candle. Every single seller in the market who wants to sell, which was right over here, I saw a red candlestick at this monthly resistance. I sold, but this was in a very, very, key level over here, right? So people sold, clapped. People sold, clapped. So don't get clapped. Like I got lucky on this one, if I'm being honest. Whenever my trades hit 10 pips, I consider that me being fucking lucky, But what happens after, right? We don't just stop there. We're like, okay, what are we gonna do now? Boom, now I see this beautiful 30-minute candle to close, also hourly candle to close, correct? Above the range, above monthly resistance. Now the 4 hours bullish, daily's bullish, weekly's bullish, monthly's bullish. What are we gonna do, gang? We're looking for fucking buys, right? So what did I enter? Right here, boom. This was my entry. Well, this was not my entry signal. This was my look for a freaking entry after this candle closes, right? What did we wait for? All done live for you guys as well. We waited for, I think we had to have 325 right here at the break of the highs. And we give it a little bit more room to break, right? We've set a buy stop at this area. Price then came down, created that bottom wick. So what are we going to use? Does anybody know what we're going to use this bottom wick as when we enter based off this setup?
Stop
Support.
your stop loss.
My stop loss, right? Okay, so now we set our stop loss right below that low because guess what? What is this now? This is now the higher low of the market. Higher low of the market, higher low of the market. Why are we going to come down here? There's no point. Let's get the fuck out of that trade. Let's look for another entry. If it does start to respect this level as support, now we can look for an entry signal again, where we can have our stop loss below an area. Does that make sense? Everybody understand? Put it in the chat if you understood me there. Fire. Oh yeah. All right. So now we get that breakout, right? Breakout comes, boom, flip of the candle, execution. Now price just fucking ripped up, bro. Our stops to break even. Now, did we change anything on our strategy? Hell no. Why would we change anything on our strategy? We still put our stops to break even midway to take profit. Put our stops to break even midway to take profit. Now the risk is completely off the table and price shot up, 200 pips, bro. 270 pips from this entry, guys. You can call me Dr. Swing. I'm just kidding. I actually closed extremely early on this push. But it did run. A lot of people probably held a little one lot. You would have made $2,700. So, boom. So now what did we do? Yesterday night, I told myself I wasn't going to trade. I was going to take the day off. I was like, I put a little poll to see what you guys were feeling, see what you guys were up to. Now I see, price is bearish now. Why are we bearish now, guys? What do we have here?
Lower lows and lower highs.
Right? Exactly. So what we created here, now, right over here, what did we create? Lower high. Lower high. We failed to break our higher high. So what does that make this structure? A lower high structure. So we're looking for sells, correct? Now we're waiting for my candlestick to tell me I'm ready for sells, which is this candlestick here. This candlestick here told me I'm ready for sells and I'm ready to fucking sell the shit out of this fucking market, right? Around the 1 hour. So now I saw this 1 hour candle close. Now, what do I see here? Right over here. Price came up, formed a top wick. What are we looking for? We're looking for market structure now on the lower time frames. Resistance, resistance, supports. Now, yeah, it's not as clean as support as this support, but these wicks are support, bro, on the lower time frames, right? This is why I made a webinar on lower time frame scalping, because of this. It's kind of a little difficult to understand, but every single wick, every single candlestick has a candle of structure right over here. Boom, support. We break the support. That's all I'm looking for. Price then shot down. I didn't enter on this candle, right? Because we're not looking for trades that have no confirmation in candlestick. We entered based off this candle here rejecting, waited for a candle to close. Remember, bro, I'm trying to be more patient with my trades, bro. I'm not trying, if I miss the move, I'll miss the move. You don't have to be in every single move the market gives you. On top of that, I told myself I wasn't going to trade. So I was going to let this trade play out exactly how I saw it in my head play out, right? Price then, what did it do? Right over here, created resistance, right? In this candle, this is a resistance, correct? So now we can sell the market as soon as price starts to flip bearish, right? Price started to flip bearish. That was our entry. Actually, no, it wasn't our entry. I'm actually lying. We entered based off this 5-minute pullback right here. Now we're looking at the 5 minutes. So now we know that the 4 hours in our favor, the 1 hour is in our favor. The fucking daily needs a retracement, right? After a fucking 270 pip push, why can't we come down 150 pips? Which is exactly what I was talking about in the live stream yesterday. I was like, bro, listen, we're gonna melt. Like price, whatever comes up has to come down, right? Now price 5 minute now gives me a big overreaction or a gambler candle setup, right? Price comes down, overreaction, right? Price has to react at this level. Why? Because we had a previous reaction here. Price will then come back up, form a lower high structure. Once this candle here made a top wick, started to flip bearish, I executed my position right here at the low of this candle. This candle right here. Execution, bangers. Bangers only. 140 pips. So 135 pips, sorry.
Go.
And bro, like everything is broken down. Every single thing I do has a reason, which is the same thing you guys should be looking for as well. If you guys are doing shit without reason, how is that going to help you? How are you going to understand what the fuck you're doing if everything doesn't, if you're just gambling? Don't gamble anymore, gang. Don't gamble. All right. That's pretty much it. Anybody have any questions on anything? Trading stop loss, you can trail your stop losses, but I've never had a lot of success. Why? Because what would have happened in this position? Right? Boom. We executed here. We executed here. Price breaks this low. We put our stops to break even. Price breaks this low. We put our stops over here. Price breaks this low. Or now your stop loss is here. Let's say your stop loss is here. You get wiped out. Now you don't catch this move. I mean, you guys can do that. I mean, I don't mind. But that's on you guys. However you guys want to manage your risk and it works for you, that's how I want you guys to manage your risk. Don't manage your risk how I manage my risk. Manage your risk on a way that it works for you, bro. Trading isn't a team sport. As much as I want it to be, and as much as I want to make it feel as it is that we're all a team, it's not. You know? Because some people win, some people lose in our team every single day. If you're a team, you win and lose together. So let's continue running it up.
When you say stops to break even, is that you just changing your stop loss to the entry point?
To entry, yes. So
All right.
no matter what happens, my stop loss is completely either in profit or at break even. So I'll lose $0. Worst comes to worst. Or I'll lose maybe some commissions or something. So at the end of the day, guys, you guys need to focus on everything I said. Don't just watch this webinar once. This has been a fire-ass webinar. Do you guys agree? Put it in the chat if you agree. Yes, I'm gonna repost it. Oh yeah. Amazing. But that's pretty much all I wanted to do. Not a lot of people in the industry are doing this for you guys. Try to be different, bro. Let's be different together. Simple. Any other questions?
Yeah, when the market's not moving like now, what does that mean?
There's just no volume.
Oh.
So volume will tend to pick up. Well, on GJ picks up during London, New York session. Gold, dude, I trade gold any time of day.
Gold not moving either though.
Yeah, but on the 5 minute, you could have possibly caught your sell position.
Yeah, I'm in the sales,
From
but
here
it
to
just
here.
it's
It's because it's closed right now.
Yeah. Also, yeah. Okay, yeah, so gold closes from 5 to, I didn't notice the times. Gold closes from 5 to 6 p.m. every single day.
Okay.
So yeah, yeah, you're not wrong, you're nothing. You just gotta wait for it to open and then your price will start moving again. So what's your stop loss? Are you in this trade already or?
Yeah, actually I'm in this trade. But my stop loss is at 194684.
194684. Yeah, that's nice. Right above the wick. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. So you're pretty much at TP1 already.
Learn from the best.
Yeah, wow, great. Let's get it. Amazing. Anytime. Any other questions? Now is your time to ask. You guys can always DM me, bro. I always answer my VIP's DMs first. How do you trade gold? Trading it, just like any other pick. I mean, bro, if you guys, I literally just explained how I traded gold this whole time. You guys can go back and watch it. You live traded tonight, dog? Yes. Lol, she learning. I can tell she active with it. Facts. Yeah, she was the one that was most active on the webinar, and now look at her, killing it. Telling you, bro, if you guys don't ask any questions, guess what's gonna happen, gang? You're not gonna fucking learn. Because, bro, you know who learns the most? The people who ask questions. Why? Because they're not scared to learn. Simple. Is GJ on retracement pullback to then go back down? GJ, yes, I'm pretty bullish overall. As long as we're above our monthly resistance here and price closes on the monthly above this area, but I'm bullish overall, right? But remember, guys, dude, I explained this on the live that we took this trade at. This buy position here, the 275th trade, this literally was what I was talking about. We're gonna get a reaction at this level. Will we break it? We don't know. The reaction is coming. We have to be patient and wait to see what the market gives us. At the end of the day, we're not trading on the monthly. I can give you guys setups right now. Keep trading simple. Sell below. Buy above. Lower high structure. Buy above this lower high structure. Everybody know what you're looking for? Super simple. Wait for confirmations. Wait for candlestick closes. Wait for your confirmation wick, right? Which is the wick before your entry, right? Before the candle flip. Make sure that wick is long enough. Don't enter if it makes the wick at the first 1 minute of the candle. So I see a lot of people make mistakes when they're taking candle flips, right? They take a candle flip, boom. It goes up, it flips in the first minute of the candle, and then they're in. No, wait for that top wick to establish itself, right? Not immediately after the trade answers, after the candle opens. Don't do that. That's how you make mistakes in trading.
So you're saying it has to be like a long, good wick for it to establish?
Yes, exactly. Like a long, good wick showing you rejections of the upside or the downside. If you're looking for sells, rejections of the upside. If you're looking for buys, rejections of the downside. Right? That's what the wick is telling you. The wick is showing you, hey, we don't want to be at this price anymore. We want to flip bullish. That's what you want the candlestick to tell you before you enter. But if what it tends to do is it'll do this at open, right? So it'll do something like this. It'll come up, let's say, okay, candle closes bearish. What's going to happen is price will open right at this area and do something like this first, and then it'll pick the direction. Now this is your established wick to continue down. Did I explain myself correctly? You said we can watch the video multiple times. I guess more times, the more times. Yes, exactly. 100%, bro. How are you gonna retain your how does Kyla? I'm sure Kyla takes notes and shit. She's not just here watching. Look, you see, boom. She's treating this as school. She's treating this as education, how it should be treated. Not like, oh, I'm gonna go and gamble after this because I didn't write anything down.
Dr. Dolly.
How you gonna wait? Give me 1 second. Let me just say this one thing, and then I'll let you talk. You need to write your shit down. If you're typing it, it's hard to retain it. If you're writing it, your brain will pick it up a lot faster, a lot easier. All right. What were you saying, Brody?
Yeah, I was gonna ask
when you're in drawdown, do you also like close like part of it?
Sometimes, yes. Sometimes. And sometimes it bites me in the ass. Like the other gold trade, you know, we closed a little bit too early and price shot in our favor. Still a dub though, right? Now it could have been a bigger dub, but still a dub. And we win more than we lose, right? So as long as I'm managing my trades technically, because of my technical analysis is telling me to get out of that trade a little early, then I have to do it. Why? Because I don't do anything emotionally. I do everything technically, what the chart is telling me. If I closed half on a position, there's probably a reason why I closed half. We're probably breaking a candle's low. We're probably doing this and that. Where I'm not willing to risk my money, so I'm not willing to risk your money. Simple. The trades I call, I'm doing them for me. You guys want to enter? I recommend my risk management. Why? Because you took the trade because I entered. So now you have to manage the trade how I manage it. Sometimes you guys lose and I told you guys to get out early. I break even, you know, like, but at the end of the day, I want you guys to trade on your own as well. I don't want you guys to focus on my signals. Focus on your trading. Focus on your trading. Yo, dollar, did you wait for the 5 minutes to close? No. Yes. No. Did we? I don't know. I forgot. I forgot if we waited for the 5 minutes to close bearish, or did you take the position once it printed bearish? No, yeah, I think it was printing bearish if I'm not. Oh, on last night's trade? No, yeah, last night's trade we waited. I think we saw it going bearish and it was a little bit we actually got rejected, so it was printing bearish. XAU sells to 1938. What do you think? Let's take a look here. XAU. Hey bro, it looks clean, right? 1938 to come down and retest this area, definitely could happen. Yep. This is a huge move. This is like 75 pips. So
Yo, dollar.
you only need 10, 20 of them. What's up?
So say like we break structure, right? And we close below our support resistance. For the wick that we're waiting for, like for the wick that we're waiting for the flip, are we always waiting for the for it to tap back into the support or resistance, or we just like a strong?
We're just waiting for a strong wick. Yes, if it comes into the range and starts to reject the range, that's beautiful confirmation at that point, right? Why? Because now we're rejecting that range that we were in or that we used to be in. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So remember, the longer you wait, sometimes is you're gonna get more confirmations. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because like yesterday on GJ, I took a sell. Goddamn, it came back up, hit the resistance, and I just wasn't patient enough. The candle that broke wasn't strong at all. I didn't have enough volume.
If
That's
you
why I
want,
know.
look, what you can do, bro, is send me a screenshot of the trade, and then I'll find it on my chart. And then what I'll do is I'll make a little video for you guys, other than this video, so that you guys could see maybe what he did wrong. And don't worry, bro, I'll never talk down on you. You know, I was there one day.
But
News are positive for XAU. Yep. I don't even look at the news, bro. I'll be honest. What's up, dollar? Which lot size should I use on a 20K live personal account, following your signals, if you don't mind me asking? I would say 1.5%, 1.4%, whatever you guys are willing to risk, dude. But you see, I don't like the way you're trying to follow my signals like that, you know? You should be wanting to pass that challenge on your own. Oh, live personal account. Okay, wow, nice. What broker are you using? Yo, dollar, did you wait for the 5 minute to close? Yeah, we answered that one. That's what I meant to ask you, webinar, about the candle flip, the patience it involves. There you go, TPF, you got it, brother. Can I trade gold on a 0.06 lot size with the $20 account? Not sure. I've never traded an account that small, brother. Facts. Only dubs around here. Gold sells below 1938. Yeah, with confirmation, yes, right? Because now we're back in the range. But you have to be careful because this is a level of support, right? So I would take sells under here. Why? Because this is our higher low. Then market structure is really breaking to the downside. to then continue down, possibly into this range. That's what I'll wait for, because now we're actually in the range. Here at 1938, we won't be in the range. We'll be at the range. We'll be like at the top of the range. You want to be in the range, then wait for your confirmations. And bro, I would be scared of this trade, honestly, bro. Like, this can be a fib. Right? Not this trade here. Kyla, don't worry. I'm not trying to scare you. But this can come down, right? To this area. Now it's a break and retest and confluence with our Fibonacci, which is one of my favorite setups. But I do believe it could come down. Hey Dollar, when marking up your support and resistance, do you put your line on the wicks? The wicks and the body. So the wicks and the end of the body. Can you mark up Euro GBP on how we would mark it up? Yeah. All right, Euro GBP. So like I always say, you know, you want to start off on the daily time frame at least. Bro, don't trade this shit. This is even discussing on the daily time frame, bro. But whatever, look, I'll mark it up for you. Now all I'm doing is I'm making these zones a little bit more smaller and a little bit more accurate. So I can actually see my zone. Right, so we tapped into this area and we're now rejecting. 30-minute. Oh, bro, this is fucking gorgeous. 30-minute range. You can either sell or you can buy. All I'm looking for. I don't trade this pair though, so take everything I say with a grain of salt on this one. Everybody understand what we talked about today? You guys can go forexsimulator.com and download something, and then you guys will be able to backtest like real time, real ticks. What things helped you turn your trading to the next level? Psychology. I know it's very vague and it's very fucking cliche, but the mindset, bro. Hey Dollar, what do you think? And being patient, bro. Being disciplined as well. Being here on the chart every single day. Hey Dollar, what do you recommend? Because dude, even when I don't trade, I'm still on the charts, right? Now, a lot of people think, oh, you're trading. That means you have to be in a trade. No, you're just marking up your zone, seeing what happens. Now, you can take psychological positions that'll help your confidence in your trading if you choose not to take a setup. Hey, Dollar, what do you recommend to trade in specific, like New York? Oh, okay. So I'll trade London session. I like London. I like Asian session with gold. And I like New York session with gold as well, and GJ. Dr. Gold, there is a time when there is a breakout out of consolidation, just continues going up. It doesn't retest, and you sure that it's clear, break. When will you enter when it doesn't retest? Most of the time you see the breakout candles is so long. Yeah, so that's why you're using the lower time frames, right? So now, like Kyla probably remembers this. When we were talking about in the webinar, right? The last webinar I did, 5 minutes, you know, that's why we're looking at the lower time frames. So yeah, sometimes the 30-minute candle is gonna close too far out of the breakout, right? But now you can wait for a 15-minute close rather than the 30-minute, or the 5-minute close rather than the 15-minute or 30-minute or hourly candle close. But remember, the longer you wait for a candle to close, the more confirmations you have that trade will go in your favor. No, not soon, bro. Not soon. I don't think I'm gonna trade indices soon. But I'll keep you guys posted, bro. Who knows? I might. We called it fucking banger on German 30 the other day. I think I still have it marked up. Let's see. Yeah, right here. Boom. Look at this fucking banger, bro. 2,400 pips, bro. Like
Big moves.
live. That was done on live. And then we also called I think it was gold cells. It might have been gold cells under here, yeah. That same day. Gold cells ripped. But yeah, that's pretty much it, gang. Let's call it a day. I'm gonna be here tomorrow. Well, tonight, and we'll see what we get our hands into. Be expecting a trade maybe around 8 p.m. I'm trying to start, giving you guys some, I'm starting to try to put, I'm looking for an entry now, before I actually take this signal. Because that way you guys can actually all catch it with me. I do know a lot of people, aren't able to catch all my signals. But bro, we win so much it doesn't even matter. So we'll call it a day here. Love you guys. Have a great rest of your day. This is the best VIP channel I have been. I mean, who does that at live every morning and webinars? Let's get it. Such a genuine guy. We respect it. Thank you. No, thank you guys. Thank you guys. It means a lot. Have a great rest of your day. Kyla, keep putting in the work. You got this. I believe in you. Everybody in this chat, I believe in all you guys. Let's get it. Peace. Oh, all right. Nobody leave, because if not, I can't. No one leave, because if not, I can't end it. Peace.